fighters, consider great fight. You want to be the best, fight the best.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your man Jose, aka the Dominican Dream, for the boxing roundtable alongside,
It's your boy, the Maniac.
and we are ready to talk boxing. Sean, there's been talks about a very popular fighter, one of the faces of boxing, about his next fight, Gervonta Tank Davis. Finally, almost scheduled to face off against Vasily Lomachenko. Now that fight has officially been called off. Loma says he wants to take time for himself. He wants to take time for his family. Money is not a priority to him, according to his manager, uh, uh, Aegis Climates, or something like
Yes,
that.
he is.
Look, I'm gonna give you my opinion on that. I agree with Lomachenko. I agree with Lomachenko. That's me. I think that when they could afford years ago, Tank didn't want to fight. Mayweather Promotions didn't want to fight. Tank said it himself. I saw the interview. Tank said he wasn't ready for it. And then he had plenty of opportunities to fight Lomachenko after that. Lomachenko's in his late 30s, 37, 38 years old. I don't know. 37 years old. He's really a fighter that's a 126, 130 pound tops, natural 126 pounder. We know that he's really fighting outside of his weight class because of his skill, right? He's able to do that. He's good. He would fight a monster in his prime in Gervonta Tank Davis, who I think they just really want to use his name and put it on and put him. They want to use his name to put it on Gervonta's resume. And me, my opinion, I thought Lomachenko was going to get hurt in that fight. And they are things that are more important than money. I agree with Lomachenko. Plus, guys, this leaves the road open to what, Sean?
Shakur versus Tank, man.
And that's the fight everybody's asking for. Nobody's asking for Lomachenko versus Tank. Would the fans take it? Yeah, sure, cool. But that's not the fight that the fans want. That's not the fight that the casual fans want. There's only one fight to be made at 135 pounds, right? Only one fight as far as the biggest fight at 100, and one of the biggest fights in the sport. Two undefeated fighters
In their prime.
just like and shout out to them. Shout out to Errol Spence and Bud Crawford, because they did it. They got it popping. They both stepped inside the ring with each other undefeated. They put everything aside and they talked to each other to get it popped. They were negotiating the fight themselves. Respect to them for having respect for each other and for the sport. Tank, Shakur, that's it. And again, speaking of, that's not the only fight that's off the table, Sean. Remember, who's the mandatory for all four belts
Oh,
at
William
135
Sapella.
pounds?
William
All right.
Sapella.
So that fight looked like it could have been happening perhaps if Shakur Stevenson went over, maybe not the Golden Boy, but to the zone. But Shakur doesn't want to do that. And I think Oscar De La Hoya is giving a lot of these fighters, a lot of these American fighters, whether African American, whether Latino American, usually a lot of these guys that have a little buzz, have a little following, they usually get the easy way, right? They pick and choose who they want to defend their title against. They pick and choose who they want to fight, they pick and choose so they can stay undefeated and maintain their brand to build up a bigger fight down the line. So I think Oscar understands Cepeda can't beat Shakur. In my opinion, he can't. He says, you know what? Why would I get my fighter who's got a little buzz going? You know, he sells tickets. He's Mexican. I'm gonna put him in the ring against Shakur Stevenson, who's notoriously boring, to possibly get beat, most likely in boring fashion. I'm not gonna do that, man. You know what? I'm gonna get a title. There's four ways I could get a title. I'm gonna go another route. I'm not mad at it. Again, the only reason I'm not mad at it is because I've seen this happen over and over with other fighters. We've seen this happen with Tank. How many people have been complaining, Sean, about Tank's record and who he's fighting and why is he fighting this guy instead of that guy? And oh, remember, yo, this is a business. Okay, if it's a business, then it's a business for Golden Boy too. Anyway, what do you think about Lomachenko, Gervonta Davis off the table?
Yeah, man. So what I would say is, again, like you said, it's not a fight that the public is asking for. Again, is their title holder, name and name, but it's not the fight that we desperately asking for. Lomo pulling out this fight, yeah, if you want to call it a duck, it's cool. I think it was a strategic. No, listen, it's a strategic duck. He's saying, look, I don't want to fight. It's cool. Oh, he ducking. But remember at 130, how many times Floyd was asked the question and they danced around it. Oh, Lomachenko, he's beating Tank's leftovers. Bro, there's a million interviews on YouTube. People could go back. But I don't think personally Gervonta was afraid. I think it was more Mayweather saying, nah, bro, like I don't want to put you in there with him yet. You young. Let's get your name popping by beating fighters we know we're gonna beat. Mismatches. Let's put you in mismatches, get you money, get your fame up. But in the midst, right? Because that's what happens. They throw smoke. Now they start to say during that oh, nobody could beat him. So what's up with you against him? No, he has to do this. He has to swim in the river with 20 sharks. He has to climb Mount Everest with chancletas on. That's like, it's always an excuse, right? That's the Mayweather route. I don't care what anybody tell me. We know Mayweather was notoriously known for that, using excuses on why he's not going to fight this fighter, that they got to do this and that. But the point is this. Tank is a hell of a talent. We know Lomo still got it. But again, if I don't really see too many people upset, and I'm glad about that because Lomo has earned the right to say, nah, y'all fight, bro. I went through I only got 20 something fights and I've been through the gauntlet. Bro, in his second career fight, he fought Orlando Salido. For those that don't know, because again, this generation of boxing fans just became boxing fans 2-3 years ago. He is what Pitbull is today. Orlando Salido was the
Better,
Pitbull of
better,
that time.
better.
Imagine Gervonta in his second career fighting Pitbull, the Pitbull he fought. They gave him a tough fight. I'm just saying. The point is this. Shakur's a free agent. So this is an easy fight to make. This is easy. This is no excuse. And they both got titles. So it's not like, oh boy, let him know. They both got titles. So there's value there on top of that. Whoever wins that fight become a unified champion. So let's be real. Let's call it like it is. All right, Lomo don't want it. Shakur's there. What's the problem? There should be zero. Shakur got to take whatever Team Tank gives him. He can't negotiate. Shut up. You listen. You get 2-3 million at most. We getting 80% of this purse. You getting 20, and that's it. Because Tank's numbers, Shakur hasn't even fought on pay-per-view yet, so he has no negotiating leverage here. Zero. So let them fight. And
And,
that's
and
that.
and to that, let's add that if anyone should pursue the fight, should be after the other to make the fight, it don't gotta be Tank. It don't gotta be Tank. Shakur, I don't. Oh, but he ain't calm. No, 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 no. You want the fight? You gotta go get that fight. You gotta show up. You gotta show up on the nigga like my man was doing. What's up, champ? Let's go, champ. He's showing
Same
up at
thing.
Vitaly Klitschko's at Vladimir Klitschko's dinner. He pop up on the beach with him. He on a surfboard. He pop up. He in the store in the fitting room on. He pop, yo, let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. He come out of. That's what Shakur has to do. Tank don't gotta chase nobody to make a fight. Tank don't gotta chase nobody, and if he does have to chase anybody, it sure ain't Shakur. So to just adding to what you said as far as him having negotiating leverage and not only seeking the fight, it has to be Shakur. And again, you mentioned free agent, dog. We know that the only way you can get a Gervonta fight is under two circumstances. The one you are in now, you're a free agent, or two, you signed the PBC. So in reality, in reality, there is no excuse from a business perspective on your end, unless again, oh, they only want to give me 20%. Now, right now, Sean, is something that I've been saying, that I've been believing. When Shakur has said that he wants to fight Tank, he's been selling wolf tickets, man. Wolf tickets. Anybody can say what they want. It's wolf tickets, man. He don't want that fight. He didn't want that fight last year, the year before when he was saying that. He don't. I'm telling you, he don't. So right now, we will see if he actually does, because there's no excuse. No excuse. And if he doesn't, if the fight doesn't happen, he doesn't seek that fight, or he doesn't do whatever it takes to make that fight, then he don't want that fight.
Facts. So facts. I mean that's pretty much in the nutshell, man. That's that, man. Lomo, he gonna rest. He's gonna do whatever. I mean, again, I wouldn't mind seeing it. I know you mentioned it from the beginning. You said, listen, Tank is gonna do Lomo something ugly, and that that might be the outcome. You know what I'm saying? I can't. I mean, I definitely gonna favor Tank in that fight. This is why I'm not so mad about this. I'm not so mad about Lomo. Well, let's not. There wasn't even in. They were quote unquote on negotiations, and now Coach Kenny, who is also one of the coaches. You know, Calvin Ford is his trainer. Coach Kenny's pretty much the second assistant. Oh, if that's the case, then he needs to retire. And then Coach Kenny puts up a meme of a mansion. The gate, he goes, oh, the gate is Abdullah Mason, and the mansion is Tank. To get to Tank, you got to go through Abdullah Mason. And Coach Kenny, that's what I don't like. He be putting up some crazy.
He's saying that Lomachenko got to do that.
No. In general, not Loma. He's just speaking. I guess not. Not. I don't think this pertains to Loma, but I'm like Gio. You know, shout out to my man Gio. They know boxing. He put the meme up, and he's like, "Yo, this dude out of control." Because I remember they wanted Tank. They was asking, who they were asking Haney to fight, and they were like, "Yo, but why not Tank and Haney?" It was crazy. But Coach Kenny, they be saying some wild stuff. As soon as they beat Frank Martin, he's like, "Yo, I'm studying Lomo's tapes," and I'm like, "Yo, but why they so eager to fight Lomo now? They like that's the fight
We
for us.
know
We
why.
understand.
We
We
know
understand.
why.
I read between the lines, but that's what I'm saying. And like you said, this is why I'm not mad about it. Lomo has
And remember, we like Tank over here, especially me. Tank is the complete fighter to me, the best at 135. So
he'll
again,
compete against
if
anybody.
if you the best at 135, why go after somebody that's on there got one foot out the door when the dude that's undefeated in his prime, is a free agent now.
But you,
So it really goes that's really on both of them if that fight don't happen. But more on Shakur.
yeah. But I tell you this though. I tell you this. I could see why the Tank fans and his team a little upset because in this case, remember, Lomo doesn't need Tank. Tank needs Lomo. Let's be very clear there. As far as for a name, Lomo don't need this fight. He's good. Tank needs this because let's be real. Who's his biggest win today? Win is Pedraza. Name is Leo Santa Cruz. And we know, and there's no hating. It was a vicious knockout. But that was
Well,
already
well, 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 you gotta add a third one in there. As far as name, as far as the biggest name, not in boxing or what he has done, but commercially, his biggest win has been Ryan Garcia, the biggest commercial win, right?
yeah. But I say the reason I say
And
Leo,
and let's keep it a buck. I understand Pedraza, but let's keep it a buck. We could call Ryan what he want, but Ryan's better than Pedraza.
yeah. But again, that was for a belt. That fight wasn't for a belt.
At the time, it was his
And
most experienced fighter.
he fought Ryan handicap. Let's call it like it is. Let's we gotta call it across the board. And Leo Santa Cruz is a multi-division world champion. He's better than Ryan. He's better than everybody the Tanks fought. So I'm just talking about that name. That's his biggest name. Commercial-wise, to these new
But
casuals,
but again,
it's Ryan.
there's
Yeah,
a caveat on on Leo too. That was he was going for his fifth weight class, so he was out of
but
his
I'm
weight
talking
class as
about
well.
what Leo accomplished before that fight. Ryan
No
didn't
comparison.
accomplish
No
nothing.
comparison. No
Yeah,
comparison.
so that's what I'm saying. But it's still out on Ryan. We don't know how his career is gonna end. He might end up cooking. He might never lose a fight again. And we be like, "Oh, wow, that win looks bigger on Tank's record." But it does come with an asterisk because again, they fought him handicap, and that gave. And I hate it because I felt Tank would have beat him regardless, handicap or not. But regardless, Ryan signed the contract. That is on him 100%. And that's that. Tank took care of business. So we can't take that from him. He did take care of business in that fight. He left no doubt. He stopped him, he dropped him, and then stopped him.
All right. So in my opinion, again, I already mentioned it. Shakur is right. It's right in front of him. The choice is there. Shakur, his management, Jay Prince, and them. There's only two things you could do right now, and you can do both of them. If you really want that fight, do whatever it takes. What are those two things? Stay a free agent and negotiate with PBC and them, or two, sign with them, even if it's for a 2-fight deal to get that fight. If you guys go back to top rank, y'all don't want that fight.
No.
As far right now, y'all don't want that fight. Point blank, period. Because now there's no more sides of the street, man. You free. You free. And again, you mentioned it. Tank needs Loma as a name. You know, that's he needs the dance partner. He's the correct dance partner. But Shakur he needs Tank like somebody needs to hit like a fiend needs to hit a crack. He got to fight him now. And the opportunity is there right now. Wait for what?
It's no
What you
waiting.
gotta wait for? Y'all both in your prime, y'all both undefeated. You know, you Shakur keeps saying he the man, and I don't like using this Gen Z slang shit, but oh he said that he's him and all that. Well, motherfucker, then let's see it. You know? Again, yes, it's gonna take both sides to make the fight. But again, who has to come after who? Shakur is the one that gotta go begging for the fight. That's just a fact.